have such sights to show you.
You're all going to die tonight.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and tortured souls of the void. Welcome to yet another installment in that podcast that is Miss Violet's Underworld, Deeper and Darker. I am Jimmy Clifford, the speaker, the mouth of the southwest of Derbyshire. And as you can tell, I'm hosting tonight. With me, as always, it is the mistress of pain, the horned one herself. It is, of course, Miss Violet. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you? It's been a bit of a week. How are you?
It has been a bit of a week. It's been a busy week.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of cramming,
Uh,
not of pineapples.
yeah. We're running low on supplies again.
You caught up.
No, it's not surprise. It's supplies that we're after at
Surprise,
the moment.
surprise.
So, yeah, continuing on.
Continuing on. Basically, this is going to be a catch-up week, and we'll get into more of it shortly with the meat of the matter, because this is kind of a thing I've noticed because of a wonderful guy who comments on here, Tony Harris. He's not the only one with the unicorn.
Yes, we've
But
discovered.
this week, we're going to be dipping in, and we'll get to the meat of the matter after the
discovered.
screams, shouts, and sighs of the tortured damned. Have we got any, Miss Violet?
We do have a one person with 6 comments, and in future, could you please just condense it into one comment for us, please, honey? Just makes my job a little bit easier over here, because I looked at it. I was
We
like,
enjoy the enthusiasm.
it's all the same. She's all the same person, but it's multiple
A
comments.
little bit more constructive.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you so much for it.
constructive criticism. Put it all in one comment, not 6. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Anyway, new commenter to the channel, Saint Mohawk. We do know this guy from our gaming days.
We do know.
We do. And he goes on to say, now I've seen your video. Woo! Yep. Thank you very much. And then he goes on to say, let me know when you do the crow rant and rave. Well, as I spoke to you the other day about this, Saint Mohawk, that would require us, both me and Mr. Clifford, to force ourselves to watch the Crow remake so we can actually do a fair comparison, because we don't want to just sing the praises of the original without seeing the remake, even though we know it's a trash fire. It means we'd have
one of us here hasn't seen the remake, and the other one obviously opened a can of worms.
Yes, so to be honest, that is something for future consideration, but not anytime soon, because even just the trailers of that film make me go, no, I don't think I'm going to get through this. So I've got to be in that right kind of, I have to have the motivation to be able to go, right, no matter what happens, the original still exists. No matter how shit this is, I can watch the original straight after it and refresh my memory of how good it is. So it is up for consideration, but not anytime soon. Your thoughts, Jimmy? Yeah, he got there. He is referencing there the bit where I said Jimmy, and it sounded like you said Timmy.
Yeah.
So we went on a bit of a Timmy.
Yeah, Jimmy tangent.
Referencing the color outer space, because we did watch this film with Saint Mohawk. He's kind of an unofficial member of Calico.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. He's like there in the background, doesn't appear on the show, but we watch films with him occasionally. Anyway, Tommy Chong, fuck yeah, man. 25 cents every time he said it. Yes, of course. Yeah. Need we say more? We talked about that.
Chong was brilliant in that film.
Yes. Jimmy, at the end, man, wow. Play Silence Says 1,000 Words, Jimmy. He was stupidly quiet. Yes, you were on that final film. You were the quietest I've ever known you to be, even on the drive back. Normally, when we watch a film and you have to drop me off home, we have a good long natter about what we've just watched. This time around, you were just like, I can't.
I think I told you. I think I literally got in the car. Right. No offense, but my brain needs to drive you home and me home, and I'm still processing that film.
Yeah, you could not wrap your head around what you just witnessed. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
it was an intense film.
it was. I Spit on Your Grave remake. Like I said, the original is a brutal classic. The remake just as was
Damn it.
as was the flavor at the time. You took these classics,
Yeah.
remade them, and just made them more realistic. And this film definitely delivered on the brutality of that. That was always said.
Yep.
So, but moving on, that is all from the screams of the
That
damned.
is
So,
all.
handing
Not
it
from
back over to you for the Jimmy Clifford Show Part 2.
Part two, and like I said, this is thank you, Tony, because Unicorns list. There's two reasons for this particular what we'll get into on the meat of the matter. One, Tony Harris. We keep saying about his unicorn, and I too have a unicorn.
Yes, as revenge, I dug around in his closet spaces and I found his unicorn penis. And I must say, I was shocking to find that there was a certain trilogy. Makes my mask twitch just thinking about it.
That I hadn't watched.
Yes, and
The second thing,
how? How have you not seen this trilogy? How? That is my
well, I have
only
now.
question in all of this is how has this gone
I'm gonna
under
get
your
into this.
radar for so
Don't worry.
long?
The second thing, after that intense film of last week, that was why I decided to watch this trilogy because I figured, well, I've handled that.
That cannot be as bad.
This on my unicorns list that has been wound and brought up to me as this is going to be bad for you. This can't touch it now.
Yeah.
So, without any further ado,
You've seen worse.
I've seen, yeah, I can actually say I've seen worse. So, without any further ado, and do have to consult the notebook for this
Yes, of
because
course
I'm
you
pretty
do.
sure everybody will get a little bit of a laugh because it is quite the meme. And I'm going to basically do the synopsis of the first film in this trilogy of films I've watched this week.
Okay, here we go.
Spaceship people get up from sleeping coffin and have eats. Computer women find strange noisings, and space people go to seeing. Space people find big elephant man who dead, then find many bad egg. Space person possessed by bad egg demon, and new egg demon came when eat bad noodle. 7 friends and cat all try find egg demon before ship go home, but he's hard working. Who will life escaping? Who is bad milk bot? Screen not working. Space make death. I'll give you a moment.
That is actually the translation of what was written on the back of the. Is it the Chinese or Japanese release of
The
Alien?
Chinese, as far as I know, Chinese bootleg.
But yes, we are of course talking about the original Alien. I will quickly do the numbers.
Yeah,
Alien,
that's your department now. The
Alien was
numbers
originally
and the
released.
cast.
Alien was originally released May 25th, 1979, with a budget of somewhere between 8.4 and 14 million. So that's a bit of a gap, but different sources say different things. Box office, though, bear in mind this is 1980s money, right? Which might as well be
1979, 1980 money.
this might as well have been like the 1800 money, 188 million. Suffice it to say, it was rather fucking successful.
Yes, rather successful.
Starring, and I had to squeeze all these in, so I'm going to do them.
Yeah.
Tom Skerritt, Sigourney Weaver, Veronica Cartwright, Yaphet Kotto, John Hurt, Ian Holm, and Harry Dean Stanton. A lot of which, unfortunately, are no longer with us.
Yeah.
So,
also one extra I will add, and I don't know his name properly, but Balaj Badigio, I
Oh,
think,
who played the actual
who
xenomorph in the
played the
costume?
actual
Yes.
xenomorph. It's his only credit, and died at the
Yes.
same age I did, that I currently reside at.
You died. You died.
I didn't die. No, I didn't die. I'm quite here. I
I was
managed to
going to
get
say,
a little.
I know we brought you into the underworld, but I don't remember killing you.
No, no, no. You haven't done that
Maybe,
yet.
maybe that was Scarlet, though. She
Mm,
does have a tendency to break her toys very
yes.
quickly.
Yes.
Anyway, so handing it back over to Jimmy because you are hosting. You don't really have to go over the plot because let's face it,
I've just got the point.
everyone but you had seen this film up to this point. Even
Where
Tony,
have I been? This was a film that my dad.
Even Tony has seen these films. Where were you? Go on.
I'm going to totally blame my dad for this because he basically said I would not handle this. Every time I've thought about getting round to it, and there are two entries I'll do it now. Two previous entries that got me into the Alien franchise that I should not have started with, and I am going to probably earn. Yeah.
Scully,
The first film I watched was Prometheus.
wait. Scully, I need
Yeah.
2 extra large pineapples. And you know that lube that burns after it goes in? Yeah.
Uh,
Fresh tub for Jim.
it's been ordered in, folks.
Yeah, I'll
In
hand that over to you. Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, Prometheus was the first thing I ever watched to do with Alien, and the second thing on a very late night shift when I was covering for care work was Alien Resurrection.
watching Alien Resurrection before the original trilogy is like walking into a hockey party while everybody's sat in the corner fucking smoking because they're done.
Why that film left me very like I thought it was okay, but I thought it was okay then. I thought it was okay then, but I didn't understand what I
Now
did
you
not know the
see.
backstory.
Your eyes have been opened and now you see.
And now I have been opened up. It's a brilliant film. I don't understand what my dad was keeping me away from this film for.
It's a haunted house in space film,
Yeah,
but it's not a haunted house because it's a fucking alien that bleeds acid and has 2 mouths.
and it is just a cracking film.
It fucking is.
Everything about it is. Well, it's in the U.S. National Film Registry Directory Library that they keep things like.
Yes, same as the original Night of the Living Dead by George.
Yeah, another film I got introduced to. So yeah, this is definitely me catching up. But yeah, it's a great film. I like everything about this film, but the premise, the setup, the way it's done, it's very science. It is proper the lean into the science fiction of it as well.
They do. But I love the technology. And you see this even in films nowadays where it's supposed to be set like 100 years in the future, but the technology is still very much of what we're used to, just done very differently. And even now, that aesthetic within like the Alien Isolation game that does sort of follow up to this, Alien Romulus, that sort of aesthetic is now being called what was it called? Retro-futuristic.
And we'll get to more of that in the second one.
Yes, but
Musings of the second one shortly.
you know, when this film first came out, it was recognizable but still futuristic just because of the setup of it, the way that this big huge spaceship
just
it had lights and buttons and switches fucking everywhere.
Some of the layout of the ship doesn't make sense to me as such in a way, and then in another, I get it. You've got to get these particular pods or units and things for this specialized equipment, whatever the ship is designed for, into this space without making it so large they can't put it in orbit or whatever at the same time,
Yes,
and it is just brilliantly done.
And the one thing that I like is the way that they show how that landing on a planet,
not
as fucking easy as you might think it is. It's not like Star Wars where they just plop, land, and then zoom off they go again.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this thinking,
It's
about a
difficult.
number of
It's
the
difficult.
sci-fis I have watched.
Yeah, where landing on a planet is just like a walk in the fucking
It's easy
park,
to push
you
a
know?
button, you know.
Yeah.
And
Looking at you, Star Wars.
yeah, Star Wars, certain ones of Star Trek.
Oh, with the shuttlecraft, yeah.
Yeah, some of the yeah, shuttlecraft. I mean, they do have a lot of shuttlecraft episodes where it goes drastically wrong.
Oh, well, you know,
And they usually have that get around of the transporter beam.
yeah, you don't have that in this though. There's no
And you
beam me
don't
up.
have
There's
that
no
in
beam
this.
me up, Scotty.
No. I do like the fact there is no beam me up Scotty.
Yes.
Because that does seem a lot more realistic that well, it does go look at science papers that I've looked at. It takes a lot more energy and a lot more, so
Yeah,
I'm glad
but
that they've gone this way with it.
moving it
And
forward,
finding something like that random, you're out in space.
but moving it forward a little bit, I want to know
Yeah.
your thoughts on its most famous scene, or should that be most infamous scene? The chest burster sequence.
Right. Well, obviously, I'm not completely immune
You have
from
seen
seeing
Clifford.
clips and such. So I've seen clips of that before, but
Okay,
watching
but
it
seeing it in its entirety
in
connected
its
to the rest of the
entirety, I
film.
just think that is brilliantly done for the time and obviously it's a practical effect. And I do know that, like I said, I'm not completely immune. I know the little bit of trivia. No one knew
The
apart from John
only the
Hurt.
only person that knew going into that was Ridley Scott, the director,
Yeah,
and John Hurt, because obviously he had to lie there
the
and
late
get
great
set up
John Hurt.
for the
Yeah,
prosthetic and everything. But when
yeah,
that blood splatter hits Veronica Cartwright in the face and you see her jump back like that,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is an actual reaction.
yeah.
That's not her acting. It hits her in the fucking face.
That's her like, well, what
Feels
the freaking
backwards.
hell's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is just brilliantly that is they should do that sort of thing more often rather than talk everybody who's in the scene through what's going to happen. Just tell
Yeah.
the
Have
ones with the that really need to know.
you film real reactions when people are
Yeah,
reacting to seeing this thing for the first time. That is as raw and as real as you're going to get a
and
performance
that's
from
the other thing
actors.
about because obviously they kept within character
Yeah,
for the scene because
yeah,
I figured it's part of the film, but at the same time they don't know what the fuck's going on,
yeah, exactly. So it's like you
so
said,
you get
I'm
a proper reaction.
exactly, and I think it's more real, and that just makes the film feel much more real. It isn't real, but it makes it just adds to that layer of like, oh my god, like.
And
But
obviously,
anyway,
having watched Prometheus, I was aware of Bad Milk Robot,
yes, it kind of does spoil
but
that a
I
little
did
bit.
not. I did that got me because I that was something that wasn't spoiled for me
Good.
when
The
they
reveal of
find out
Ash.
Ash.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
played
was
brilliantly.
oh,
Played
oh,
absolutely
now I
brilliantly
get
by Ian
it.
Holm. The
Yeah,
performance that Ian Holm put on for Ash, for me, was so memorable because he's kind of cold, kind of detached, and then all of a sudden he just starts trying to shove the magazine down his throat. And it's like, what the fuck? The
yeah.
first
I
time
was
you
like,
see that, that is
he
what?
went by Chuck Norris rules. I can kill you with 1,001 things in this room, including the room itself, and
Uh,
chose the paper.
yeah, I chose the rolled up magazine. Although
Chose the roll
apparently,
of paper.
apparently some people have looked into that. That's more of a phallic thing
Yeah.
because he's an
Some people, I think
android. I
maybe the
I
way
don't
they're
know the ins
thinking
and
it.
outs of that, but I'm not going to touch upon that on here because we're just here to
No,
talk about the fucking good film.
yeah. No,
So
no, this was a good film. So we're going for the scores on that one.
let's go for the scores on the original Alien. Go on then, Jimmy. Do you want me to go first or should I go first?
I'll let you go first.
Thank you. I'm going to go, for me, this is just pure out sci-fi classic horror nostalgia for me. So I have to put it high up there. Gonna go with a 4.9. No, 4.8 out. 4.8 milk spewing head decapitations out of 5 on this one. And yours, Jimmy?
I'm going with 4. Here, kitty, kitty. Out of 5.
Kane's son. That the way that he delivers that line. Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Moving it ever so quickly onwards. Jimmy?
The film that is as old as I am.
Yes, came out the year you were born.
It came out the year I was born. Aliens. I
Yeah.
do the title of that. We'll just go with Alien for the first one. Was that correct?
Apparently, I don't know how true this is. A bit of trivia, I know. Apparently, James Cameron, had wanted to make an Alien follow-up since the
Yeah.
first one had come out, but because he was kind of unproven, he went off and did Terminator, which kind of gave it was because it was successful. That gave him a bit of clout, you know.
Yeah.
So when he walked into Fox and was like, "Look, I want to do a sequel to Alien," and he literally just wrote Alien, then put an S,
Yeah.
which kind of got the board going, aliens. So more if one on their own was terrifying, and then apparently he drew like the dollar sign through
Yeah.
the S and went,
Yeah.
there you go. And
There you go.
that was his pitch for him to be the director of the sequel to Alien, which is
And
add an S, add more aliens, add more
more than everything.
was the theme there.
So as if I really need to do the synopsis, but for those who may be watching this and don't know, well, maybe they're like me. You want the numbers first, and then right, you do the numbers, then I'll back over to me.
Right, Aliens was released July 18th, 1986, budget of 18.5 million, with a box office of between 131.1 million and 183.3 million. So,
dollar sign works.
yes. Starring Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, and Paul Reiser, whom more modern day audiences might recognize him like you did.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
As Dr. Sam Owens from Stranger Things. Because you were like, you had it backwards for me, right? You were like, oh, that's Sam Owens from Stranger Things. And I went, no, right? That is Carter Burke, who plays. I flipped it back around. I was like, no. The reference should be, oh, that's the guy from Aliens in Stranger Things. No, that's the guy from Stranger Things in Aliens. You had it backwards, Jimmy.
Yes, obviously I had that backwards. This film is as old as me.
Anyway, give us the quick synopsis if you
can. Synopsis. Well, this picks up basically where the original left off. 57 years later.
Well, you think to start off with it, where it left off, and then you find out
where it left off. Okay, it's been 6 weeks. She got back. It's been 6 weeks. It's all well and good. No, 57 years later,
she's been lost. 57.
A bit of a detour, and lucky to be alive, and she's now trying to figure out what to do with life and that. She's very quickly blamed for the entire
destruction of the Nostromo.
Destruction of the previous, everything went bad. So the company blame her, sack her. She ends up with a new job trying to set up, and they're very
quick on the power loaders down at the docks.
Yep, doing the power loaders down at the docks. The brilliant powered loaders down at the docks.
Oh yes,
and the company then decide that planet that she went to has been settled for the last.
We've been terraforming it for over 20 years.
For the last 27 years. So they give them a call, then they lose contact with them.
Go look over there. Go look at that thing.
Go look over there. A cracking idea. Go look over there.
Look for these eggs, will you?
Yeah. Go look for bad eggs. Bad demon egg.
Yeah.
Egg demon planet now lifeable.
Yeah.
Vinny.
Continue.
I got you. Right.
Yes, go on, carry on.
So yeah, egg demon planet now livable, but bad egg demon many,
Many,
and
many, many.
many. So they give her a call back.
It's like, we've lost contact. Can you come and give us a hand?
We've lost contact. We can give you your old job back, plus
That's the
bonuses and
carrot.
everything else.
That's the carrot. Like, if you come
You
and
know,
help
there's the
us,
carrot.
you can pilot ships
But
again.
in the meantime, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use this because you know how I'm going. We're going to send a bunch of Halo Marines with you.
Yes, the influence of this film on the Halo games is
Is ridiculous.
unmistakable. It's unmistakable. It is. Some of the lines are literally ripped right from Aliens. Like, you'll hear a Marine on Halo shout, "Game over, man! Game over!" That is from this.
I've got Al Matthews as Sergeant Apone.
Yes, that is the
Is
sergeant.
literally, I was the entire. I'm going. That's Johnson.
Yeah,
There's
that's Sergeant
cigar
Johnson from
chewing,
Halo. Yeah.
hard as nails, but likes to have a joke around. Drill sergeant,
Yes.
brilliantly played.
Yes. Al
Um,
Matthews again, another person who is no longer with us.
Unfortunately, not with us. But yeah, like I say, I like obviously Halo ripped a lot off from this, and
Oh
that's why
yes, but
like
focus on the
because
film,
I
Jimmy.
even because you even know that's a Halcyon class cruiser. I showed her the footage of
Yes.
Halo
Back to the film, not the games.
back to the film. So yeah, they send her in with a bunch of Marines
Yes, Colonial Space
and
Marine.
find many bad egg demon monster.
Yes.
And there's a lot of them, and they're bigger and they're tougher, and none of the colonists are around, bar one, which we'll get to in my thoughts with that one, how they
Yeah.
handle that character. But Newt,
Yeah.
it introduces Newt, and I really did enjoy that particular dynamic in this film,
Yes. Yes.
you know, and thus they get to fighting,
Well, more like surviving to for the majority
surviving
of the
more than anything, you know. These Marines do think, well, it's going to be a clean-up job, it's easy.
yeah.
The Xenomorphs have other ideas.
Yes, yes. This film you can definitely tell came out at the time where the Vietnam War was still fresh in people's minds because the Marines are portrayed in the early part of the film as sort of very, very arrogant is
Yeah,
the best way to put it. Like we've got this weapon, we've got that
yeah,
weapon, you know,
we've got that.
we've got all this technological superiority. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna fuck them up. They got their asses handed to them, and that is basically the allegory for what happened with Vietnam. Like, vastly superior firepower, got your ass handed to you by a bunch of farmers.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
just
I
saying.
mean, some Xenomorphs are a little bit more difficult to take down,
I mean, yeah, but the
but
analogy's there.
still, with the amount of equipment you have on hand there, you should be
Yeah.
dealing a lot better.
But that again just goes to show how much of a threat that these aliens really, really are. Is
Yeah,
the fact that, you know, one wiped out a crew in less than a day.
and
A
the company
whole
lost the colony on the 57-year anniversary.
yeah, a whole colony fell to these things, and
Yeah.
then a group of specially trained Marines who were, you know,
To
supposed to
go
be
and
good.
they were sent to go and clean up.
Because
Oh, so
there is one line that is kind of a little bit telling in this film. It's when they're being debriefed at the beginning, and I think it's Hudson says, "Is this going to be a stand-up fight, sir, or another bug hunt?" Which
yeah,
suggests that maybe on one of the colony planets that's out there, because Weyland-Yutani has said they have many. We only see one, but it is said they have many. We're left
many.
kind of to assume that maybe that specific team of Marines have been deployed to deal with oversized insects, essentially. Not
Yeah,
insects that we're used to, but, you know, because why would they have the phrase bug hunt?
yeah.
But
It
anyway,
was interesting on that
um,
one.
the fact that they get so overwhelmed and wiped out so fucking quick by
Yeah,
these aliens, it does show that they are a threat.
yeah.
They can take down a whole Marine group in like that.
honestly, the way they do it as well, like it's the same. There's the same theme carried from the first one to the second one. People keep ignoring Ripley. If
Yes,
you don't ignore her,
if they
things could just go
listen,
a little bit better.
if they listen to it, if they believe
Yeah,
her
yeah.
story,
Like you're gonna send them in here, and then they're not allowed to use the normal ammunition.
yeah, that was kind of neat to
You,
know information.
yeah,
As Frost put it, what we're supposed to use, harsh language.
yeah. Do love the way. What we're supposed to put there with harsh language.
And then Hicks with, I like to keep this handy for close encounters. And
Yeah,
weirdly enough, it's Michael Biehn who played Kyle Reese in
yeah, yeah,
Terminator, who
yeah,
carried a sawn-off shotgun. So it's kind
yeah.
of like, wait a minute.
So there's a nod there.
I think it is.
There's a nod
I
there.
think it's an intentional nod, but it works because it's like a Marine of like obviously Hicks has been he's Corporal Hicks. He's been around, he's been a Marine for a while. You think he would have that backup weapon that is for if his back's against the wall, he's
He's
got
gonna
that,
have something.
you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah. The other little bit that I noticed, and I noticed this, the music, because unfortunately studio interference and such,
yes,
and thus the music guy is the same guy from well, it is my favorite Star Trek film, The Wrath of
it's a little
Khan.
bit Wrath Khan at the end of it.
I could hear more than just a little bit. There was like, hang about.
Wait a
What
minute.
have I been missing here?
Has
You
he
know,
recycled this bit of music?
he's recycled that, I'm sure. But no, this again, this is I like this one. Just I'm maybe a lot like a lot of the people. I don't know what other people do. I like this one ever so slightly better.
Yeah.
So, shall we do the scores and I'll
No,
hand it
no,
to
no, no, not yet, not
you?
yet, not yet.
Yeah, yeah. There's still more you want
I want to hear
to.
your thoughts on the dynamic between Ripley, Newt, and Hicks.
Oh, the dynamic between them three it is well. I think if I'm mild spoilers,
No, 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 no. Just take it
no,
as the second one before the third one came out. Just take this as its own for now. We'll talk about the third one in a minute. Rein you in a bit here.
buy me in a bit. All right. I just love the little dynamic between the three of them. It is just
It's
for
a little
various reasons. They
becomes a
are
little
clinging on
family.
to each other.
You could see them becoming a little family
Yeah.
if things had gone differently.
If things without going, yeah, we'll get to the third one. Without if things could have got, I could have seen them three becoming like specialist operations for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you know, because of the way they are dynamically, like especially because toward the end where he turns around, what's your name? And it
Well,
is the
no, no.
first
When
time.
she says, "See you, Hicks," and he looks
Yeah,
at her and he's got bandage over his eye because he's been splattered
yeah,
with acid, and he said,
yeah.
"Dwayne, it's
Dwayne.
my name's Dwayne,"
Dwayne, yeah, yeah. He
and
literally drops the
she says,
rank and
"Ellen," and then
everything.
she says, "Ellen," and he says, "Don't
Uh,
be gone long, Ellen," and then she runs off,
yeah.
and
And the fact
technically,
that
it's the last time they see each other.
yeah, I mean the other thing as well with because it's Rebecca
Newt, yes.
and she turns around and says, Newt,
Newt,
okay, Newt.
my
And she's
name's Newt. Nobody
and
calls me Rebecca except my brother.
yeah,
I've seen this film enough to be able to quote the lines just
yeah.
off my head. Sorry.
They're
I
still pretty fresh
as I
in
said,
mind. And these I don't understand why it's taken me nearly 50 years to get
as,
to this,
as I
but
said to Jimmy the other day when we watched the rest of this film together,
yeah,
I first watched this film when I was 8 years old, purely because at the time Kenner were bringing out their Aliens toy line.
yeah,
So I was familiar with the franchise. So my dad made a deal with me. You can watch them, but I sit and watch it with you. And at any point you get scared, I'm turning it off and you're not watching the rest of it. I was like, okay. And even though I got scared watching the first one, I didn't show it. And then I got to the second one and I started seeing like Hicks, who had an action figure on the shelves at the time, and Bishop, again, who had an action figure on the shelves at the time. I was like,
She's such a great character as well.
so this film for me is just full on nostalgia deep within my heart. But continue the dynamic between the little family unit that was going on and
The dynamic, I
gave me
do,
the
do
hope for the future.
yeah, no, it gave me a lot of heart. I was like, this is, and then they get out on the end of the film, and it was like,
Panned away.
okay, and it pans away, and it basically does what the first one did as well. It like leaves them back in the cryo tubes, and I'm thinking, great.
And that brings us to scores then, I guess.
That brings us to the scores, and ladies first.
Okay, then. Well, this for me
So
is
I've got two references, and I'll see if you go for the one I think you do.
I'm going to go with because this for me is just
Chef's kiss.
I'm going to go with five. They mostly come out at night.
I'm
Mostly
not a
out
good
of
man.
five.
They actually come out at night. Okay, I'm going to use
It's
that
the
one
way
then.
Newt says it. They mostly
Yeah,
come out at night.
yeah,
Mostly. In other words, like they're out all the time, but the nighttime's fucking worse.
yeah. For me, 4.5. Queen takes Bishop.
Yes. Because I shouted that out as it happened.
I thought you'd go for that reference. I
No,
had the backup of.
I
I
thought,
thought I'd have the backup to give a shout out to what used to be done the Hunya Geeky showing. 4 out of 5. Game over, man. Game over.
yes, Hudson played fantastically by the no longer with us Bill Paxton, another sorely missed human over here at Calico.
Yeah.
That moves us on to the final part of the trilogy for now.
For now,
Until we get into the rest of the film, which, oh my
which we'll
God.
probably get round to at some point
I
now.
don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. I'm guessing it's downhill from here.
Oh, Romulus is good. I've not watched the Alien Earth show, but I've heard mixed things about that. Prometheus, Covenant. I told you about Covenant, the Fassbender on Fassbender flute action. Anyway,
Moving forward.
yes, so
The
I'll do the
final
numbers
one of
then,
the
shall
night.
I? Show you the numbers?
Yeah, you do the numbers and then
Right,
we'll
we
do.
are on Alien 3. This came out May 22nd, 1992, which, believe it or not, they had a release date before the script was even finished, and they said, no, we're not changing the release date. You have to finish the script and finish the film before then. So make of that what you will.
Yeah.
Budget of somewhere between 50 and 60 million, but the box office was 159.8 to 180 million. On the casting list that I saw for this, it just said Sigourney Weaver. So, but
Yes, Sigourney. Well, because Sigourney Weaver.
wait. I do know that Charles Dance is in this. Charles S. Dutton does appear in this. And a fair few famous British names do pop up here and there in this film, including Brian Glover as the warden of the prison, Clements.
And the one I noticed was
That- that-
Christopher Fairbank.
yes.
Christopher
Yes.
Fairbank, otherwise known as Moxie from Auf
Yeah,
Wiedersehen.
you said that and I went, who?
Yeah. How have you not watched Auf Wiedersehen, Pet?
How have you not watched the Alien trilogy until now?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Touche.
Yeah. Touche under
Okay,
your
so
toupee, yeah?
yeah. So this one, again, I do like the way they do this one. This is probably it's
Just so the viewers are aware, though, you did watch on my recommendation the assembly, what's known as the
assembly cut. Yeah, no.
not the theatrical cut.
And going back just
What is okay, but after watching the assembly cut, I was personally like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, this is a better version.
yeah, no, and I'm glad that happened. The other thing is I started going back one film I started Aliens on the standard release and then was introduced to
The special edition cut from
the special edition.
Yes.
It is better than theatrical because there was a lot cut out toward the beginning.
Oh,
which,
yes. As Jim Cameron himself put it, it's the 40 miles of rough road. Hello?
I had a tech difficulty. I'm hoping it don't affect anything.
Well, let's get through it then, because this is the
But
final
we get
film.
through this right. So number 3 picks up basically where we left off. They're in the ship.
Your audio's going.
Is it going? That's because.
Shall I pause recording?
Are we still struggling?
There we go. I can hear you clearly now.
Right. I apologise for the tech difficulties, folks, and it's going to put me off a little. So we pick up where we left off from the previous film. Luckily, not so long after either. Yeah, kind of. Luckily, not a 57-year jaunt this time.
No, but things are a bit amiss. There's a fire.
There's a fire. There's scenes of a facehugger. There's scenes of various things, and for reasons of tech difficulty, which I'm currently facing on the computer, but they're facing in space.
Yeah.
Right?
In space, no one can hear your tech fuck up.
Yeah, clearly I was operating the computers that day.
Anyway, yeah.
But anyway, moving forward and keeping back on plot. But basically, there are tech difficulties on the ship, and
cryopods are ejected on an escape vehicle.
On an escape vehicle. And the escape vehicle lands.
Well, crash lands.
Crash lands. And this is the thing I've got to say, and this is where we get to. Any landing you can survive is a landing that's okay. But only Ripley, in true fashion, only Ripley survives.
Yes, that is the big contention part of the film, is the fact that technically, kind of, Bishop is killed off. He's an android, so, but Newt and Hicks are killed in between films. You don't even get to see them die. Hicks is crushed to death by a part of the ship that crashed inwards, because that crashed into the ocean. And Newt drowned in her cryopod because it didn't open. And Ripley was the only one who made it out because her tube was broken and she was washed ashore. Yeah. So she's the only survivor.
And they are picked up on a planet.
Yes. Do you want to tell them about the planet?
If it's only like a minor detail about the planet is inhabited by only men.
Because
it's a penal colony of men who are basically, well, these are the guys you put away.
It's
the worst of the worst. They've done. Yeah, and they have. I do like the way she puts it. Found religion at the arse end of space.
Yes,
and thus it now becomes like you think. Okay, you think the monster here is going to be the guys in the prison with the one woman, and then no, depending on the cut you get, it's a dog or a cow.
The theatrical cut puts it as a dog. The assembly cut puts it as an ox type creature.
Yep.
Not sure if it is actually an ox, but it looks like one.
And unfortunately, it's in the title. There's an alien, and this one's fast.
And on all four.
And on a penal colony. And you'd think a penal colony would be okay because you'd have weapons. No weapons. No weapons. Just you and hand-to-hand combat effectively against the xenomorph.
Yes. And what ensues is a fight for survival and waiting for, due to certain things being sent back to the company are like, right, we're on our way to pick you up.
We're on our way to pick you up.
Yes. Not
With
gonna,
space
I'm
travel,
not
it
going to
takes
spoil that
time.
for anyone who hasn't seen it, but yes, and it does lead to the big crux right at the end of the film. But this, for me, it's not my favorite in the franchise by a long stretch, but I do, especially the assembly cut, I do like this because I feel that it brings Ripley's story to a nice close. I mean, there's that line in
Yeah,
there where she goes into the basement hunting the fucking thing with
yeah,
nothing but a sharp stick, literally like a
yes,
sharp metal pole, right? And I love the line, "You've been in my life so long, I can't remember anything else."
yes, yeah,
It's like at that point, the line between her and the aliens is getting blurred, you
yeah.
know?
It's getting
And it does have for me some very favorite quotable lines. My favorite one is the character of Morris
yeah,
when they're all gathered round and they're talking about what to do with the alien.
yeah,
And she's asking about weapons and stuff, and he's like, "We've got no women, we've got no robbers, we've got no TV." And he goes off on this whole rant, and he goes, "I don't even know why we're talking to her. She's the one who brought the fucker here. Why don't we just get her head and shove it through the fucking wall?" And he's like right up in Ripley's face at this point, and she doesn't even blink.
yeah,
And then from that point on, you're kind of rooting for him in a
yeah.
weird way. Like you don't really want to know what he's done in the past, but just some of the best moments.
That was the most interesting dynamic I found about this film.
Yeah,
That was the most interesting aspect. They're on a penal colony. These men are there for despicable
yeah. We're
reasons.
not going to say some of their crimes, but you do get
Some
to
of their
see
crimes
you
are
do get to see a little scene of what possibly they might be in there for, or
go.
fear.
I can even sort of suggest go see I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah,
And
that'll
that
soften the
subject
blow for
matter,
this one.
this is a low blow for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're in for some very despicable reasons. And yet, there are certain characters in there. I especially appreciated Charles Dance's with
Oh yes, yeah. The
Clemens, the
doctor.
doctor,
Clement's the doctor,
who
yeah.
is
I
getting
thought that was
very
award deserving
close with
for some
Ripley.
reason. But yeah, Charles Dance in this does a fantastic performance. He's not in it for very long, unfortunately.
Sadly, no.
He doesn't make the end run time, but it does lead his demise leads up to one of my favorite demises in the entire film, where they're all in the cafeteria and she runs in and she's, "It's here, it's here," and the warden's like, "Get this woman back to the infirmary."
Yeah,
All that blood comes dropping down, and then you see he's had this thing the whole film. Brian Glover is the actor who plays this
yeah.
character.
Brian Glover.
This whole time he's had like a squash ball or a stress ball or something that he's constantly squeezing in his hand, and that just
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. I love the way they put that on. He's
The
still
bit
got
that
it.
gets me is again Morse, the guy we were just talking about. He's there holding up a chair, looking at this scene of horror going on, and he just goes, "Fuck!"
Like it's gone. Whatever was there, it's oh,
It's
oh,
just that
yeah,
it's just that moment's pause, that moment's silence, and he just goes, "Fuck!"
yeah. It is like, and it is. That's again a good. It was a good reaction,
Yes,
and
yes.
yeah, no. This film, I like this film. It's like I am so sorry that my entries were Prometheus and Resurrection.
Now,
Resurrection should
now
have
you
been
see
bothered.
the error of your ways.
I definitely have seen the error of my ways and have definitely
Good,
corrected course, folks.
good.
Because this one is honestly, I feel this is where they should have ended that there.
That was the original plan until 1997.
Yes, they should have ended that there. That was
Yeah.
it is a good. It weren't the greatest film of the franchise.
No, no.
It's known as not being not the great, but this is three films in.
To be fair, though, right, and I will defend this film. It is not the fault of the director David Fincher.
No,
He'd done music videos
a
before.
lot. This one was a lot of interference from the studio.
Yeah, this was his first film, and the studio were just constantly interfering. And they were, like I said earlier, they were working on the script while shooting the beginning of the script. They didn't have an ending in sight before they knew. Like each day, it was like, let's find out what's new on the fucking script today. Then
Yeah,
you know,
what we're doing today? Well, here's some pay. Make that work.
yeah.
Okay.
But let's move it on then, Jimmy. Come on, shall we do the scores?
Yeah, let's do the scores.
Go on then. Me first.
I'll let you go first. Ladies first. I've been doing
Okay,
it.
then I'm gonna go with a flat 4 for this one, and I'm gonna go 4 backing into an industrial sized fan out of 5.
How you picked the one I was going for?
Oh, got yeah.
You got me. Big. He's a big fan.
He was Alien's biggest fan.
You know what? I'm going to keep that character because he was played by Moxie, and I loved Moxie from Alfreda's A. But I'll take the other one that he did. I'm going to go for a flat 4. A flat 4. What the fuck is this?
Yes, the cutscene that shows off a different type of face hugger. Yes.
Yeah.
Hotly debated on Alien forum pages, even today, of whether
Yeah.
that's a different type of face hugger, a kind of royal face hugger that
It
carries
was
weight.
rather large.
It was, wasn't it? Like, that's a bit bigger than a normal one.
That doesn't seem normal size.
No, but
But yeah, no, this I like this one. Did like this one.
good.
It is the weakest of three. That.
Yes, but still an enjoyable film compared to what we got after it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although, like I said, Romulus, it's kind of within the timeline. It's set in between the first and second films. And I actually enjoyed that one. I kind of sat and gave it a watch when it was on Disney Plus. And I was like, do you know what? Again, like Alien 3, not the greatest in the franchise, but it's definitely more of a course correction than previous films. It brings it more back in line with what we're used to seeing from this franchise. So
Yeah.
I suppose it has to because it's kind of an in-between quel.
And
A pre-sequel.
We're going the Borderlands route.
Yeah, it's a pre-sequel because it's a prequel to number 2, but it's a sequel to number 1. So
it's a pre-sequel.
Alien pre-sequel. There you go.
Right.
Right.
And I think on that note, it is going to be good night, Jim.
And it's a good night from me, my sweet tortured souls. But remember, if you can't be good, be twisted. Don't get mad, baby. Get sadistic. Mwah. See you on the next one.